Hi, and welcome to EdVantage. My name is Marie Huntsinger, and I will be your instructor for sociology. So in our last video, we talked about social class and social stratification focusing on the United States. This time around, we're going to be talking about globalization, which you've probably heard the term before, but it refers to the worldwide flow of integration of culture, media, and technology due to changes in communication systems and economic interests and the ease of transportation. So basically what this means is that more and more it's been easier to sort of transfer cultural ideas and aspects of material culture like food, dress, art. For example, we now offer McDonald's now offers restaurant chains in a variety of countries around the world, and they tailor their menu depending on regional interests or regional preferences. Another example is you can now pretty much get sushi, which originated in Japan, in almost every state in the United States. In fact, there's several sushi restaurants just down the street from where I live in Arizona. Another really good example I thought of was I like to do Zumba, which is an exercise dance class. And I noticed that the person teaching Zumba happened to be of East Asian descent, and he was teaching us how to do belly dancing to a song that had hip hop and also Indian influences, and I thought, wow, that's a really good example of the global diffusion of culture. So when we talk about globalization in an economic sense, most of the time we think of things like offshoring and outsourcing. So offshoring is the practice of basing some of the company's processes or services overseas so as to take advantage of lower costs. Now this has become a really hot political debate, at least here in the United States, as previously people could get a manufacturing job right out of high school that was pretty stable, secure, perhaps unionized, provided good benefits, and good wages. Because companies want to take advantage of lower labor costs and perhaps more lax regulations, a lot of corporations have moved their processing or manufacturing overseas, which leaves a lot of people who previously worked in that industry without a job and having to re-career and learn new skills. Another process of globalization is outsourcing. And this could actually be done within the United States, or corporations can actually outsource into different countries like Mexico or India. So common outsourcing industries include like customer service. I'm sure everyone has had the experience of calling a customer service line and talking to someone who's not actually in the United States, but maybe in a country like India. Also, semi-skilled jobs like web development, even some jobs like accounting have been outsourced overseas. What is global stratification? So we're interested not only in how the United States is stratified based on social class, but how countries are stratified based on wealth, resources, and power. So global stratification, a simple definition, is the disparity of power, status, and wealth between countries due to the unequal distribution of resources. One way to measure the wealth of a country is through gross national income, and the abbreviation is GNI. And this is similar to GDP, or gross domestic product. It's a little bit different. It takes into account the total output of goods and services produced by residents of a country, plus income from foreign investments overseas, divided by population size. And you can see on this chart here, the wealthier countries, the countries that have a higher GNI versus countries that have a lower GNI. So how is the world's wealth distributed? So globally, it's following similar trends that we see in wealth and income inequality nationally. So on a global scale, we can see here that about 69% of the world's population only owns about 3% of the world's wealth. Comparatively, less than 1%, less than 1 million of the world's population owns about 41% of the world's wealth. And so we see here that just like we're seeing growing inequality in the United States and other countries, we're seeing wealth concentrated into the hands of very few. Okay, well that's all that I have for you today on globalization. Please tune in next time when we talk about theories of global stratification. Thank you.